I just work non-stop. I'm an absolute workaholic, but I love it. When you're creating culture, when you're creating these portals, these places of respite, I have to work. There's this fire inside of me to create these pieces. It doesn't feel like work, it just feels like living. I'm Alex McLeod, and I'm a visual artist. I graduated from OCAD in 2007 in drawing and painting. So I grew up in Scarborough, and I went downtown with my family, and I remember my grandma and my mom buying me like paint kits from Chinatown, like watercolor paints, gifting it to this kid who had no prior experience. And I remember on my grandma's kitchen table starting to paint some stuff and feeling like I was, lifting the veil or creating magic. It just became a part of me where it's just like, okay, now I paint. So when I graduated, I'm like, okay, like I don't have access to a studio in the way that I had before, but I had my computer. I can't do the things I know how to do, so let's do things I don't know how to do and let's get good at that. So I started spending more time in 3D and learning how to pivot my practice completely digital. The visual grammar that I've created for my practice, initially they look like dioramas. Almost like if dioramas were made for the Nintendo 64, but like with better graphics and taking inspiration from nature trail walks and the environment, the landscapes, surface textures. Like there's just like insects, like jewelry. There's just like anything in this world I'm very obsessed with and inspired by, anything shiny. What unifies all of this is this magic of putting all these ingredients, whether it's video games, it's the software, it's the real world environment, it's my own personal preferences. I keep overusing the word magic, but I mean, I think it's kind of, we just put some things together with a mouse and keyboard, these plastic things, and like concepts that I've had in my brain are now visualized on this machine. That feels like magic to me, So I'd say that the aesthetic is informed by magic. So in addition to my art practice, I also do like product renders or music videos or concert visuals or like any number of things that work within my wheelhouse. I've had Intel, Samsung, Cadillac, Nike, musicians like Nelly Furtado and Kelly Rowland and recently Celine Dion. This is what gets me motivated, like literally Kelly Rowland motivation. I'll put that on in the studio to make artwork. And then it's just like 10 years later, I'm making work for that song even. I'm like, what in the world, I have some work up at the Harbourfront Centre right now. I was asked recently to do 3 murals outside around the parking pavilion and 2 murals on the South Corridor. So I wanted to obviously put in water. I put in the chains and kind of like buoys and things to reference the water that was so close by, but I put in these curtains almost to make it like stage, like theater, because that's also part of Harbourfront, right? So it's like unveiling the curtain to see what's inside the parking pavilion. And then inside, there's 2 pieces that are also kind of like landscapey water. One is pinky blue, and then the other one is like greeny, purpley gold. And I've seen people take selfies in front of it, so I think maybe it works. OCAD helped me in my career in a lot of ways, basically having a nest. You're incubated with other like-minded individuals that are all trying to figure yourselves out. I really like that I could study painting, but I could also be around the corner from the photo students. I could take classes in sonic arts and lithography, so there was a cornucopia of opportunities and ways in which to challenge myself if I so desired. I really learned a lot from my peer group because we'd be painters, so we'd be in the studio painting all night until the university closed. We'd be going on weekends painting. It helped me in knowing how to navigate through the art world. I didn't know I'd be working for Celine Dion. I never would have imagined that, and I never even tried to position myself in order for Celine to see my work. You know what I mean? I'm just going and I'm working and I'm trying my best. Yeah, I'll work 14 hours a day, but I won't be like, oh man, that was a hard one. I'm like, damn, I have to go to sleep now so I can wake up and do that again,